So here we are. We have just watched Star Trek Beyond, and we'll try not to give away any spoilers in this, but basically, I thought it was a really good movie.
I did too. I
Yeah.
liked it a lot. It was more down to earth than the other ones have been so far.
Yeah, I've heard some people compare it to an old episode, and in a way, I can see that.
Yeah. They're starting to look like they're more like episodic than they are movie type.
A nice
even though they haven't.
self-contained story.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and you get to know the characters more.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you've got to know them over the last couple of films, but the relationships pay off really well in this.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it gets going right from the beginning, pretty
yeah.
quick.
Yeah.
Like, they're not messing around.
No.
They're
They
straight
show up,
into it.
shit starts. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, and the once they get into the action, and especially the scenes towards the end, the big climactic action sequence, I
Yeah.
found that quite tense.
Yes, I did too.
Yeah.
I found it really nice. I really liked the villain too.
Yes, he was good.
yeah, he was,
That was Idris Elba.
Yes.
Yeah.
And the thing I found interesting about him was that, like, typically when they do aliens in any sort of movie,
Mm-hmm.
and they're like very, very different types of aliens, they do the kind of like the movements and such very jittery, or like they try to come up with a new type of character for the
Yeah.
for the alien. In this, it was like you see the alien, and I won't again spoil the twist at the end, but it pays off a lot better.
Mm-hmm.
It shows a lot better as insanity rather than because he's an alien.
Yeah.
Right, and I loved the fact that like that action, like I just flashed back to every single time I ever saw him. Is like, oh my god, that makes sense now. Why
Yeah.
he acts that way.
Yeah.
And I loved his backstory and how he came to be and the reason he's doing everything. I loved it. It was pretty.
There
good.
was also, I mean, there's a moment of some pretty big destruction in this.
Yes.
I
I mean, everybody's seen the trailer where the Enterprise died.
yeah,
was
we're not really
destroyed.
giving anything away there.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't think that has the emotional payoff that it did in any of the films that they've done since Star Trek 3, which is the original time. Because at that point, that you had the emotional attachment of being attached to that ship.
Yeah, and
you're
I
still
mean-
not emotionally attached to this ship yet.
And at the end of the movie, they make them a new one anyways,
Yeah, they
right?
always
So
do.
yeah, like I mean, at that point, there's no emotional attachment. I think they used it more as a plot device.
Yeah, and it worked well. It
Yeah.
worked very well.
It was a very big plot device, but
I
it
also
worked.
liked how in the big climactic action scene there was a potential for a lot more destruction than they did, which a lot of movies would. They'd go over the top with it, and to the point where it becomes unbelievable. This, they held back enough so that you could accept that level of destruction.
Yeah.
If they had gone more than that, it would have been ridiculous for it to be a happy ending.
There were a few things that I kind of found a little unbelievable. For example, them being able to just jettison him into space. That was a little bit
convenient
Yeah, it
little
was a little
plot.
convenient thing. There was a few things that they kind of just dropped as far as storyline goes.
Yeah.
For example, what was it? There was that woman that was chasing them trying to get the device, right?
Yeah.
At the very beginning of the movie. They kind of dropped her whole, like, why she was doing what she was doing.
Right.
She kind of just, like, ended up being on the other team.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, which I suspect she was, but
Yeah, but, like, I mean, like, you'd think that she'd be more, like, keen on trying to help her people or something like that, right? Which is what she initially went out for, but that she ended up, again, not spoiling anything, but she totally, like, dropped that altogether.
yeah,
Right.
yeah.
And I think there was one or two other things, but aside from those like few things, they really did a good job. I think.
Yeah.
I liked it.
There was also a surprisingly emotional moment towards the end of the movie. I don't know if you know which one, with the photo.
Yes.
That was
that was, like-
surprisingly
that was-
emotional.
yeah,
I was like,
it was
"Holy
emotional."
cow." Don't say anything else about it.
Spock is clearly showing himself to be a little more emotional. per
Oh, in
movie.
this universe than the
Yeah.
last one, yeah. But I mean, that was emotional for the audience. It was also kind of sad. You're watching Anton Yelchin on screen, and you're realizing that he's gone.
Yeah.
And he was a very important character in this, and he's going to be missed for sure in the future of the future.
I love
ones.
how they played that into the movie.
What's that?
Wait, no, sorry, wrong character. I love how they played the
Leonard Nimoy's
Nimoy's
death into it.
the movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But there was
Speaking of, I mean-
actually a scene near the end where they're doing a toast, and I'm not sure if it's just an accidental thing. I can't remember what they said, but as they do, you see Anton Yelchin in this sort of a shot where he's in it, and it really works. I mean, not outside of the movie, it
Yeah.
has impact.
Yeah.
But so would you recommend this?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
For anybody, I would almost say to like make that into a bloody TV show, because that was what it basically was at that point, and I really liked it. It was like one of the better episodes of a TV show sort of thing.
It's funny. The my favorite of the Next Generation movies was a lot of people didn't like, but it felt more like an episode, and I think that's the best way to do these things.
Absolutely. And if they make a lot of money and they make them faster, I would actually see them a lot more often too. Because if they make it like this and you see it like once a year or even less time between,
Yeah.
that'd be ideal for me. I like that. But yeah, I liked it. I would recommend it. It was very good, especially for people who like the whole, the old classic TV, because they really kept to the old classics.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there you go. Star Trek Beyond, worth seeing.
Mm-hmm.